This has to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard anybody say ever.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events. You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
You needed someone to blame, so you cast it on me. You're a dead man.
The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear.
Hey, guys, gals, and pals, Mr. Obvious here. And today, we needed to talk about the famous streamer, Stephen Bonnell, also known as Destiny, who has just called for more conservatives to be murdered. Yeah, I hate to say it, folks, but I'm not kidding. Right after the murder and assassination of beloved conservative figure Charlie Kirk of Turning Point USA by an absolute disgusting individual who took him out for not being a bad man, not doing bad things, but simply for speaking his beliefs. Right after that, you've got this clip right here.
Out the crime statistics? Not exactly like...
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know, it's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro, I don't know. I don't care, I'm playing video games, okay? I'm done today, I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the fucking bullshit ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not... It's so optics cocked.
Now, I want to make it very clear that this is not an ambiguous statement. This is not a statement that can be misunderstood. He just said, you need conservatives to be afraid of dying for going out to speak their minds, just like Charlie Kirk. That's what he said. And that's what he means. Because how do you get conservatives to be afraid of being killed? Well, you have them be killed. So this is just downright an absolute call to violence. In fact, it's also glorifying violence, both of which, by the way, are against YouTube TOS, against Twitch TOS, against X.com TOS. That statement alone is a violation, 100%. Now, I know Destiny is going to make the cope and the argument that, well, no, I said so that we need them to be afraid so that Republicans can turn down the temperature. That's the cope. He's basically saying, actually, it's your fault and you're the reason that things are so hot right now. So what he's saying is nonsensical. And also, I will say that the logic that Destiny is using here isn't logic at all. He's basically displaying one of the main red flags for an abuser.
If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term.
Wow. Destiny straight up said if you win elections, we will make you regret it with violence. He's straight up.
And I don't mean it metaphorically or rhetorically or poetically or theoretically or in any other fancy way. I'm gay.
Said that just now.
And this is a classic symptom and behavior that you see in the modern day left. And we saw this after Charlie Kirk was killed. You had all these people coming out, not only gloating, not only laughing, but saying like he deserved it because he was extreme and I didn't like his opinions. And the thing is, he wasn't extreme. And a lot of the things they said that he said, he didn't say. But I actually have a whole video on that. I put it out earlier today. I'll link it below in the description if you want to watch it. Check it out if you want to know more. But I want to get back to the point here. Now, you know, if you want to take this in good faith and be like, well, he couldn't possibly really mean what he's saying. Check out this clip from Piers Morgan.
And Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin. You responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags a half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday, ending every conservative debate call out I'd do in 2026 with don't dodge, bro. That's not what Charlie would have wanted. I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes.
You heard him loud and clear. The answer is yes. He defends his comments. He defends his little memes. He defends violence. You ever heard of the narcissist prayer? It goes something like this. That didn't happen. And if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, that's not a big deal. And if it is, that's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it.
If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term.
7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump.
Basically, Destiny is saying, if you win elections, like, we will do violence upon you. And I'm glad that he's out here and he's on the shows and he's talking and he's exposing the left. Any person on my side, quote unquote, my side, if any of them had said what he just said, they would be gone instantly. And we're not even talking about banning at this point. There need to be criminal charges against people like Destiny for promoting and advocating for murder and violence. I'm not gonna go into a deep dive on all of the violent things that Destiny has said. I actually made a video about that. If you want to watch it, I'll also link it in the description down below. But it's clear to me that he's never gonna stop. And you know what? I'm gonna prove it, because we've got a lot of other mainstream left-wing political activists and figures and commentators and speakers who are also promoting and advocating for violence. And I got somebody who's way bigger than Destiny. Enter Hasan Piker. Here we are on X, formerly known as Twitter, with X user Kagamin Lee. He says, Hasan Piker has incited violence so many times from his followers. This is the kind of violent rhetoric that causes what happened to Charlie Kirk. Let's play the clip.
Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them.
Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like, that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning.
Maybe the most objective definition for the term terrorism is that terrorism is the deliberate use of violence aimed against civilians in order to achieve political aims.
Hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, fuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
So, wow. So just to be clear, Hasanabi on Twitch, right now, fully monetized, fully a Twitch partner, has 2.9 million followers. I don't know how much views that his average stream gets, maybe 40 to 100,000 people on a really good day. I'm not super familiar on the streaming things, but I understand that if you've got around 50,000 viewers in a live stream, you're a big baller. 2.9 million followers. This dude is fully partnered with Twitch. Destiny, as far as I know, is fully monetized on YouTube. And they're advocating for violence, they're glorifying violence, they're laughing about it, and most of all, they're being terrorists. What is the definition of terror? Let's ask good old Google. Terrorism. Noun, the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events.
Is being a terrorist against YouTube policy. Yes, being involved in terrorism is strictly against YouTube's guidelines.
Okay, but why though?
Advocating for violence is a serious violation of YouTube's community guidelines and can result in the immediate and permanent termination of a channel. The platform strictly prohibits any content that incites others to commit violent acts. Here is what YouTube policies state as violent content. Encouraging violent acts. Encouraging other people to commit acts of violence against individuals or groups. Glorifying violence. Does not allow content that glorifies or promotes violent tragedies, etc., etc. So just to be clear, here's my concern. How is it that you can advocate for violence and say that people are to be killed, and that you're actually allowed to be on these platforms and to be on Twitch and to be on YouTube and to be monetized or Twitch partnered? Now, I know Destiny isn't on Twitch, but Hasanabi is, and that's where his main following is. But he's still got 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube, fully monetized, calling for violence. Now I have to ask myself this very important question. Does YouTube and platforms and companies like Twitch, do they support advocating for violence? Because if they do, you know what? My mistake. I must have misunderstood the TOS of Twitch and the YouTube guidelines. I don't know. Do advertisers support political violence and terrorism and saying that you want people to be killed? Do advertisers support that? Have I been playing with kitty gloves this whole time? So here's where I'm at, folks, because I don't want to rant too long. I gotta put out this video. I'm at the point where Hasan Piker and Stephen Bonnell, aka Destiny, it's shocking to me that they're not banned. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for today, folks. Here's what I need you to do. You and I are in this fight together, and we can only prevail if you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. All jokes aside, support channels like mine, share these videos. It's so important that we get the message out there. If you can, support me by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. You can do so for as little as $1. Give more if you're able, and doing so will give you access to a private Discord server. Other than that, I say just do what you can, and it doesn't even have to be about me or anybody else. You can impact good change in the world by speaking the truth, by speaking out against evil when you see evil, and by not backing down when they threaten you and when they try to make you scared, because that is the goal of these terrorists. And I say this with full conviction, they are terrorists. You will not say that you hope more conservatives are not only harmed, but afraid of being killed. You do not say that to me. You do not say that to my face, and then try to turn it around on me and say, well, it's your side that needs to turn down the heat. Let me tell you something. I am an American, and America does not negotiate with terrorists. This is Mr. Obvious, my friends. I don't want to quote Bob Barbas here, but I need to make it clear. Just doing the work. Fight the good fight. Keep safe. And blessings to all. I'll see you all next time.